Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining today. Thank you for joining Rich on the Rich Buddy Live Show for another episode of Talking Watches. Welcome. I'm Rich Buddy, and it's good to see you all. Make sure you're set up in 1080. Switch your little setting there on YouTube to 1080p because it usually defaults you to 720. So set yourself up on 1080 because we're in 1080. So what's going on, everybody? Let's see, I sent Bud a link, but he said he's ready, but he hasn't joined yet. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to everybody. Geezer, Decon, Raj, Monkey Lee, James, Logan. What's going on, everybody? It's been at least a week or so since we did the show. Man, I got to tell you, I've cut down on most of my meds so I can just feel better and everything, and it's good for the head, but I'll tell you what, man, I've been my back's been killing me. It's been hard to get out of bed. I went to bed at 4 p.m. yesterday. Otherwise we would have done a show yesterday, but yeah, I was in bed at 4 o'clock yesterday just from the back pain. There's nothing I can do, man. I just can't get up. We went to Legoland yesterday. Had a great time with the family in Legoland in San Diego. I got around with my little electric scooter, but man, when I got back, it was I was done for the day. What's up, Clam? Yeah, that's right. The monetization's back up. I reapplied for the monetization after they cut it, and they threw it back up. Thanks for your contribution, Clam. Nice. Appreciate the $5 to run the channel. It does cost. It actually costs a lot more than I thought to run the channel and to do this stuff. So, how do you switch to 1080? Right down there, there's a little wheel, like a wagon wheel, a machine wheel. Click on that, and there should be a settings, and then it'll let you select 1080p. But you're going to want that for when Bud comes up on the, when I put my Porsche up on the screen right now, and when Bud shows up. You know, let me send him another link. I'm not sure if he's having trouble finding the link, but I'm going to send you another link, Bud. This was a surprise stream. I sent Blue Shirt a link. Thomas, I sent you a link. Clive, I sent you a link. Just the old timers, I sent them links. Hisham, Victor. I mean, nobody knows I'm doing this right now. It's Monday. Everybody's at work. Bud's not working because of the snow. So I sent you another link there, Bud. Thanks again, Clam, and thanks for buying me the drink when I was at the bar the other day. The water that was really funny. That was cool. But you know what? My the iPhone seems to kill itself. Let me add Bud in here and my Porsche. What's up, Bud?
Hey guys, good morning. How's it going? Can you hear me okay? Alrighty then. Can you guys in the chat?
We can hear you okay.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to get my other screen working too.
All right. Good morning, Raj, Logan, Barry, Brian. Let's see who else is here. Decon, A and B, James Con. Hey guys, Mac Rolex, how you doing? Geezer. Hope you guys all had a good weekend.
Well, the camera's on front. Oh.
Hey, Clam. I didn't see you there. So, how was all you guys' weekend?
Yeah, but I thought we were going to do a stream yesterday. Man, when we came back from Legoland,
Tore
it,
up?
man, I went and laid in bed at 4:30. I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
I couldn't get up out of bed.
Yeah, we had a snow day here, so we basically sat home all day, which is never good because it just, there's nothing to do. And then by the time you're ready to go to sleep, you're so restless from laying down all day and sitting around all day that you can't sleep.
Today we've got high winds,
Uh,
as you can see from the screen. That's a live shot.
do you?
My
How's the
my
fires
driveway.
over there?
I haven't been keeping track. I haven't a clue.
Yeah.
But the winds
Car,
today are
car
going to
looks really
kill.
nice.
The winds today are going to do whatever. They're going to blow the. They're going to. Yeah, they'll. If there's fires, they're in trouble today.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the car, huh?
Yeah, it looks fabulous.
Bro, I'm just so into the car right now. It's ridiculous. I'm just so into the car. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. So what year is that again?
A 2004.
2004, so.
They painted that front bumper fender and that front bumper that you're
Right.
looking at right there.
Right.
And let me see here. Yeah, I've been so hot on this car for the last couple of weeks. I've been getting work done on it and stuff. It's just ridiculous.
If I was you right now, my number one find for that car would be that yellow OP. That would
Ha
just
ha ha
look
ha.
so, especially after you sent me the picture of your steering wheel. Like all of your steering wheel is all yellow stitching. All of your headliners all yellow stitching. I mean,
Yeah.
that's gonna look fantastic.
So this car is really special, bro. It's not just any regular Porsche. The 2004, the 996.
Right.
Specifically, what I have here is the Carrera 4S, and the Carrera 4S is different from all the other 996s. It has the wide body. You see where it flares out in the back?
Right.
It's the only one. The 4S is the top of the line. They made it just like the turbo. So only the turbo in my car flares out. So I have the turbo body
Okay.
that where it flares out. And only the turbo and my Carrera have the wide wheels in the back. I got fat wheels in the back and narrow wheels in the front.
Yeah, that's neat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
something with the turbo.
I've seen them. Yeah.
And then another feature is I have, let me go to the car. I've got the brakes. I've got turbo. I've got brakes from the turbo. So the calipers are large. There's holes drilled in the calipers. They're vented. I have the large brake pads. So I've got the turbo brake system, the wide flared turbo body, the turbo tires. I also have the turbo front grille, the dark black and the same styling. So somebody sees me rolling up, I look like the turbo. The only difference is that the front sill is slightly arched on mine because they actually improved the aerodynamics. So I have an improved sill that's on the turbo. Then that's on the turbo, and on the rear tail light, the rear tail wing that lifts up at 75 miles an hour.
Right.
I've got a brake light on that tail that comes up, whereas the other cars and the turbo don't have that.
Oh, okay. All right.
What else? The Porsche stability management. Yeah, I mean, I've really got this car is like the one to get of that year, and it's got more power. It's all-wheel drive. The the four-wheel drive system with the Porsche dynamic stabilization on
Right.
this car is amazing. So, at any given time when you're losing traction or what have you, the front wheels will be in effect as much as 40 to 50%.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
oh shit, that's loud. Wait, hold on a second. I'm gonna go over to the car.
James Conn, I have that silver dial OP with the gold indices, and that probably would because that dial, just depending on how you look at it, it looks more gold champagne than anything because that gold bounces off of that silver. So yeah, that would probably look pretty good with the car as well. Um, I I got that watch for a friend, so that's going to be going to a friend. But I'm going to have it probably for a month or so. But yeah, it's a cool watch. It's different. All them OPs I think are pretty neat. But
Oh,
the
there goes my
shame
mic.
the shame is that they're going up in value so much that nobody's going to be able to get a hold of them. So the
Yeah.
idea, the
So,
idea. Go ahead.
see, I got the large brake systems. The only thing I could do in the future is these wheels that I just had put on.
Right.
I could always go for some Hot Wheels in the future. It leaves me something to do.
Yeah.
But I had super Hot Wheels on here. I mean, they were the hottest wheels, but they were the wrong wheels. So mechanically, the back ones were offset. So, I sold mine for 600. I bought these for 800, but at least these are mechanically the correct
Right.
wheels,
Yeah.
you know. But they painted this piece. This was all peeling,
Mm-hmm.
and they painted. Um, no, it was the other side. They painted this lid in the wing. They painted this one,
Right.
and this whole panel, this entire panel.
Right.
You know, and it ain't a perfect match, but it's what it is, man. You can't expect miracles. They had a difficult time, they said, matching it. And then I
Yeah.
didn't have to get a new top. I was going to have to spend quite a bit of money on a new top
Right.
because there was a big kink right here. It was lipped open. There was an
And
open lip right there,
yeah.
and they fixed the cable and they fixed it.
Oh, that's good.
So I didn't have to change the top.
And this was
And
like a Porsche specialist.
well, it went two places. It went to a Porsche restoration body shop,
Right.
and he did the body work and oil change and some mechanic replaced the defrost switch. Figured out that the tires were correct. Figured out why and got me new. Did all the wheels for me. And then once I got it back, that was 3 weeks there. And then when I
Right.
got it back, it was in the upholstery shop for a week, and the upholstery guy fixed the top. And then he did this, which is just amazing. Okay, so this is my original. This was untouched. This original, so you can see how the original has yellow stitching already,
Right. Right.
and even on the dash was untouched. It's got yellow stitching all throughout. But the wheel, I can redo the wheel.
Yeah.
The wheel just looks remarkable.
Yeah, that looks. Yeah, that's the picture you sent me yesterday, and that's. I love that. That looks good.
Right. And then it just, I mean, it's a new car. It's a new car. I
Yeah.
mean, look at the work he did on the seat.
Yeah.
It's impeccable.
Yeah. Looks fantastic. Yeah. So,
It's unbelievable, bud.
if you don't mind me asking, what do you got into the car up to date as opposed to trading that in for a new Porsche?
I'm not gonna get what I want in a new Porsche
That's
because
the thing is you're not
the,
going to
the
get.
thing is
Yeah,
the
you're
new
not.
Porsche. This new Porsche here's 130,000.
I was going to say the upgrades that you would take to get to that would be just ridiculous, right?
Yeah, ridiculous. Easily 130,000. So I mean, and this car is worth way more than its blue book because of what I've done to it.
Yeah.
And
It,
this is even all custom.
right.
This is all
Right.
custom paint. This is black, usually black plastic, ugly black plastic, bro.
Yeah, that
That's
actually. Yeah, that looks really nice. Yeah.
that was one of the main reasons I couldn't get rid of the car. To be honest, was because of this dash.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
And
blame you. Yeah.
right, nobody's got that dash. That's custom. That's unique. So
Looks good. Looks really good.
so what I got is I ordered some custom floor mats, and in the middle, in silver silver writing. It says Porsche 911 in silver.
Right.
And the entire edge strip is in solid yellow with black stitching.
Yeah.
That's going to look sweet. Solid yellow. So you're going to see yellow throughout on the floorboard.
Looks beautiful. Yep.
And then I ordered decals. There's going to be decal on each side of the door. It's going to say
Right.
911 Carrera 4S. So just a small decal.
Right.
Going to go on each side. And I think that's all I've done.
Oh, it looks
Decal,
beautiful. Congrats.
the decal and the floor mats. Anything else? I think that's about it. Yeah, thanks, man. You know what? I was never into cars before, and I never really was even into this car, even my own car here. But after I fixed it up, just blown away by it, to be honest.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know if I told
detail.
you. I had a 16 Carrera S, and I did not like it at all. I traded out of it real quick.
Oh, no, I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah, and
So
I
you know
did
these cars.
well. Not really, because I only had it for about 6 months. But I just didn't. I wasn't a fan, to be honest with you. Like you said, none of it had any of them upgrades that you're talking about. So it was like the baseline Carrera S, no
Right.
turbo. I had guys with pickup trucks that would actually, blow me away. So it just wasn't. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. And for the price of it, it just didn't. It just didn't perform the way I wanted it to.
Right.
So, but yeah, them old ones, I know that they're. I know those are the ones to get, unless you want to spend 200,000 on a new one.
Exactly. Hang on just a
So,
second while I turn this off.
but yeah, Logan Hall,
Okay, now I'm back.
I
The
am
washing
into
machine's done,
cars,
so.
and I'm more into I'm more into um, SUVs now. I had a G wagon last year. I traded it for a Raptor this year, so I'm more into the stuff that's good in 4x4 situations now.
Yeah.
Rich lives in California. He gets to live that dream life with the convertible and everything, and that would only last about 2 months a year here, if that.
Yeah, we're
So
actually supposed to have a heat wave next week.
that's crazy. we got
So,
we got 6 inches last night, so it's and Barry BKT. I do agree with them ceramic coatings. I think those are great. I don't usually have the dealership do it, but I get it done afterwards. Have you ever had them done, Rich?
the what at the dealership?
The ceramic coatings.
Oh, I just asked about that.
Yeah, I don't do it at the dealership. I usually go to like an aftermarket place because I think they just, I don't know, it just depends on the dealership, I guess. But I go to a place that I know that does real good on the ceramic coatings.
So I just emailed my the body shop and asked him if it was a gimmick or
Yeah,
not or whatever, and he said as far as the ceramic coating is concerned, my guys do it here on Saturdays, and I don't think it's a gimmick, but it's expensive, and I don't think it lasts forever, but I think it lasts more than a year, so you don't have to keep waxing the car. We'll talk about it when I see you.
yeah, yeah. And it depends on what you're looking to get out of it. A lot of people sell them as just the best thing in the world and that you can the car doesn't get dirty, but I'll tell you what it does, especially on a color like yours. I had a red BMW that I had it on,
Uh huh.
and that car was a 2014, and it looked like a 2020 all the time. I mean, the red was vibrant. All you had to do was pull it through a quarter wash and just rinse it down, and
What
you didn't even have to dry it. And it was just it really was. I thought it done. I thought it done
Gotcha.
a yeah. It
What's
was a
something
big
like that going to run me?
on that car because there's not a lot of you don't got a lot of surface on there. I mean,
Right. No
mine was
roof.
like yeah. I mean on the BMW that I had it on was just a little BMW 4, and that was like 600 on the SUVs. It's more like 800 to 1,000, but if you get it done right, I think it's a high, they make a high profit off it because
Yeah.
they're just using these materials, but and
Look, I'll
it's
do it. I'm going to take them in for the
yeah,
decal work,
yeah,
and I'll have them ceramic coat it too
I think it's worth it. Yeah,
because I keep it garaged also.
yeah,
It's going to make the ceramic coat probably last longer, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do it, man. Why not?
And it's definitely, especially since you've invested so much in that and you've had it painted now again. So I think that would be worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks,
So
man. I'll do that. Oh, and I'm also getting I think I'm getting the aluminum brakes pedals, the brake and gas pedal aluminum, but they're going to
right,
be black anodized.
nice. Yeah,
I haven't ordered them yet. I sent the link to the mechanic to make sure I'm ordering the right ones and get his opinion. But rather than aluminum color, I'm going to go with black anodized aluminum. Don't you think that might look sweet?
yeah, I think that'd look nice. Yeah, yeah, that car's all. I mean, for where you're at and everything too, California, the yellow is perfect. I actually like the yellow way better than the red, and each car is different. The colors look different on every car. So, but I love the yellow on that car.
Yeah.
So I
So
think
what's the news, man? What'd you pick up now? You've got I think the Prophet got that blueberry white gold watch too, didn't he?
I watched. So last night, as I was going to bed, I watched the Prophet. The Prophet has this new series. It's like I bought a new Rolex, and I think it's more his viewers that are buying the Rolexes, and then he introduces them on the show and kind of talks about reads their email and
He
stuff.
wasn't
So
wearing that blueberry when he was doing that show.
I don't think so. I think he's
Huh.
got the gold bluesy, and then he's got the two tone bluesy. So
Oh, it must
and
have
I
been one of them, maybe.
yeah, yeah, and then now he went ahead and bought the black one, the black two tone sub. So yeah,
Okay.
he's got all them watches, and they all tend to you know they all tend to
Yeah.
look alike when it's shining in the camera and stuff. But yeah, so he seems to be doing pretty good. But I mean, since you and I actually talked last, I've picked up four watches, and so in Vegas I got a two tone 36 millimeter rhodium dial date just with a pink. It's got like pink indices, and it's got like diamonds on the 6 and on the 9, and my wife absolutely loves it. And so that was what we got in Vegas, because Vegas was full of date just and presidents, but they didn't really have a whole lot of sports stuff going on there. Um, but basically, I figured it was good to make a connection there, and so we went ahead and got it. My wife just absolutely loves it. So, and we went to
Yeah, I can vouch. It's a beautiful watch.
yeah, we went to like 6 stores, and she walked around and she's seen a bunch of them. And just at one of the places where I knew somebody, they brought her out this watch, and it's a newer dial. And she was just she don't ever tell me if she likes anything. And she actually looked and said, "Oh, I love this." And so that was it. We went ahead and got it. And so there's that one. And I picked up the two OPs. I got the Tiffany OP and I got the silver OP.
Are those both 41s?
Those are both 41s. Yep. Yep. Both 41s. And I put up a picture of them beside my old 36 date just so people could kind of see. So I put up all three. So them three was all together in that picture you might have seen. But yeah, both of them is 41s. And I'll be honest with you, they wear a lot like, in other words,
Here's that date just that he picked up for his wife.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got
So the,
diamonds at 6 and diamonds at 9.
and the rhodium and the pink just are amazing together. Um, so I can see why that Wimbledon is so popular, because it's a similar look, with the rhodium dial.
Yeah.
But and then of course at the at the Rolex show. I got the blueberries. So, and I mean, when you see that thing in person, the only thing that comes out, the only thing that I can think of is blueberry because it just looks so much like that old rendition of the blueberry. And
Yeah, how do you feel about that watch now? Is the clasp different at all? Thicker? Did they say
I
they made
tell
them
you
thick?
what, it's certainly easier to. I mean, every watch that I get two. I get two links taken out of every single one of them. It really doesn't change a whole lot, depending on even all the the OPs was two links and everything. But when I put on my Meteorite GMT, it's still even with the glide lock, it is still a little bit loose. When I put on that blueberry, it slides perfectly to the right spot, and I mean it's tight, and I can loosen if I want to, but I like it tight, and it doesn't wiggle around at all,
Yeah.
and yeah, it fits amazing. So if the rest of the new lineup has that easy link, then yeah, it's definitely a better bracelet.
Yeah.
So it's equally, it's about the same weight as the white gold meteorite. There's really, so it's a good. I think that's a good complementary to it.
Uh-huh. So how do you feel about that watch? Man, that's a nice looking watch, bro. It's really nice looking.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna wear it. So I probably the most watch that I've worn in the last year is the Meteorite GMT, and so I got looking at what I've done to the Meteorite GMT,
How's it
and
look?
yeah, it's got a lot of scratches, but I mean, nothing that a quick buff, wouldn't take out, which I'm not going to do that to. And I thought to myself, in the end, if you decided you didn't want one of them, if all them scratches cost me $1,000, then you might as well wear it and enjoy it. So I'm going to do the same thing with the blueberry as what I did with the meteorite.
Right.
So it's but I got to see I sent you them pictures. I got to see. So first they brought out the um, all the OPs together. So they had all the colors of the OPs in one box, and you got to try them on. And you
Oh,
know,
nice.
then they brought it back into the vault, and then they brought out they
What a
brought
rush to
out.
the brain.
Oh yeah, my son got to come with me, and he was like, that was a bucket list that I didn't even know I had, and so he absolutely loved it, and he got to try on some stuff too, and then they bring out what did they bring out? The next thing they brought out was the Sky Dweller because they really are trying to sell the Sky Dweller.
Yeah.
I don't think they're as popular at that price line, and which I can't lie, they was beautiful. The black dial yellow gold with the black rubber. It looks great. Um,
Here's you trying on the Starbucks there, right?
and the star, yeah. The second thing they brought out was that's right. The second thing they brought out was the subs without the white gold sub, the steel subs and the two tone. They brought out, and that blue on the new two tone is really nice. It's electric. It's got the white lettering instead of the gold, and that's so they definitely made. Yeah, the Cermet was great. Um, I was happy with every. I mean, I literally you could have bought anything from there and made me happy.
But they only let you pick
So,
one.
well, I had been talking to him for 2 months about the blue sub, and
Right.
so the whole time we're in there, we had an hour to be in there, and we're at like 40 minutes, and he's going through all this stuff, and he said, so this is the blue sub, and this is only a what do you call it model. This is for people to look at. So I'm like waiting for him to say, okay, you can go ahead and order this blue sub or so. And he said, listen, we got one blue sub in, and he said, out of everybody, he said the manager agreed that you should be able to get the blue sub. And so I was like, yes. At that point, I was relieved. I knew that I was getting it. And then he took all the boxes in, and he brought out the brand new, not the one that I had been looking at, but he brought out the blue sub in its coffin, completely wrapped up, and he completely unwrapped it and everything in front of us but yeah, the black subs was unbelievable. I mean, it was
That looks
just
amazing.
yeah, that was amazing. That's actually my son liked that the most. Um, so yeah, it was killer to see all of them and try them all on and stuff, you know. But here's where it got. So we're in the VIP room, right? So then the other salesman's customers started coming in, and they started bringing, like, they brought one guy who I could see was like a VIP. They brought him into the back room where the boxes was behind the VIP room to show him. And then like another salesperson come and she got a box and she brought it, and I looked back out and she was over in the corner of the store showing one of her customers the OPs. And so it was kind of funny, like they all was just trying to figure out what their customers wanted and what they could get them, and
They're
you
all
know,
scrambling.
all scrambling. Yeah, it was a scramble, and it was just it was very cloak and dagger like type of. But at that point, I had already learned that I was going to get the blue sub, so I was happy. I was like, take your time, do what you got to do. You know, go show them whatever you got to show them. Just leave this blue sub here. Leave my blue sub right here, and I'm good. You can show them anything else. And but yeah, I could have looked and said I'll take the Cermet, because I think they had 6 people that wanted the blue sub. So and he claims I was the first person to get it, and so
Nice.
it was nice. You know, it was a good show. I think they done. I think they probably should do that again in the future.
Yeah. Watch Habit says he agrees with you. The new 41, how it fits. Wider bracelet, bigger clasp.
Yeah, they do. They fit really well, and you know the the GMT and the sub should be similar, right? They should actually fit very similar. The gold GMT and the gold sub, and the gold sub just fits just a little bit nicer and snugger.
Yeah. No doubt. Brian says you're rolling in Rolex,
Yep.
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
It makes me think when all these people are when all of you guys are buying watches like this, and I'm sitting here waiting for a Journe that's going to equal the price of like 4 of these things.
right,
Well, not your Blueberry, but the other watches,
right.
other than a solid gold piece. And I'm just like, wow, man, I'm going really steep on FP Journe here.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
but
steep driveway I'm going up.
yeah, but it's a it's an expensive house that you're pulling into too. So it's, I mean, have you seen like Watchbox had a platinum Journe on this weekend, and that thing was crazy looking. I didn't even look at the price because I could only imagine what it would be. But
Uh-uh.
they had
What was it?
a full platinum, and it had the platinum bracelet and everything.
Oh,
So yeah, it
yeah, we
was
saw those. The bracelets are alone are like 65 grand on those things, huh?
right. Yeah, this thing had to be 150. I would think minimum. So
Yeah, you know what? I agree with Barry. I love that Diamond Yachtmaster you've been looking at. The Diamond
the
Pave
Diamond
Yachtmaster.
Yachtmaster, that was amazing, and that just came down to timing. Um, you know, I
What's that?
hello.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Okay, all
We
right.
lost you for a second.
Yeah, the Diamond Yachtmaster could very well be next, just because, but it's just so steep. It's like it's 20 grand more for that dial for that paved diamond dial, but it's so if I can maybe get them to, you know, give me a consideration on that and take away the taxes and stuff. I doubt they will, but we'll see what happens, you know. But yeah, that thing, when you put it on, the weight is what I always had a problem with on the oyster flexes. I always felt like they'd be too light, but when you put them things on, I mean, you feel the watch and you feel the gold, and so yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
that's a really nice watch.
I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. Watchbox, pushing the Journe brand. If you were a early fan, you're in the money. and
Right.
it'll probably prove to you to be a benefit in the long run. So I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. At least somebody's promoting the brand.
They seem to be pretty big on the brand.
Yeah.
Um, but Barry, that Yachtmaster with the pave dial was 47. So plus tax, you'd be somewhere around, I don't know, 53. Um, so yeah, it's a lot more than the one without it. So,
Yeah.
but I can see why now, Rich, why you've always liked that so much. It's really sharp looking.
All those. Which one? The Pave Diamond?
Well, just even the Yachtmaster without the pave diamond
Yeah.
itself. I mean, yeah, it's. I don't know if you ever tried that on or not, but that's a good looking.
No, no. I haven't actually had it on my wrist. I've seen it, but yeah, the right, the rose gold
Yeah,
40 Yacht Master. I've
and
yeah,
that would be a watch too that I would think that you could just wear every single day. I mean,
yeah.
you
It
got the rubber strap, you know,
great watch for where I'm at, especially.
especially where you're at. Yep, that's what I
And
was.
and all I do are rubber bees, so it's perfect for me. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. So places like, and you kind of get lost when you're in Vegas in the whole. Everybody's super dressed up, you know, in the Rolex store. Everybody's buying presidents because that's really what they got as presidents and DHS. But so there's never no shortage of money when people's in Vegas, right? So you kind of get lost in the whole Michael producer
Yeah.
um,
Producer Bud.
world. Yeah, well, you do until you gotta, go home and you realize you gotta go back to work, and that's all. It was all fun for a couple of days, but now you got to get back to your real lifestyle. So, but yeah, it's you can get away with wearing pretty much anything in Vegas. So, but then you got to go back to wherever you live, and you got to think about is this something that I can wear, on the weekend or on a daily basis.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, I just feel like if I got that Pave Dial Yachtmaster, I would just have to give it a try and wear it every day, see what it was like.
I kind of have a little bit of a feeling that I'm a little overwhelmed with my watch box in the sense that I know what I have coming and I feel a little bit overwhelmed and I don't need that much anymore
Right.
and I don't know what to do. It's kind of a weird feeling. I'm not sure what to get rid of because I really don't have watches. If anybody says if you talk to anybody, everybody says no, hold those Rolexes, hold those Rolexes, right?
Right.
So
Right.
it's kind of a tough thing. I'm not sure what to do.
And I'm doing that. I'm probably, you know, as you know, I'm looking at maybe I'm maybe just looking at the higher end pieces that I got, keeping the Hulk, keeping the Batman, but the Sea Dweller and the James Cameron then might be going because you just when I look at the James Cameron and the Batman beside each other, they're the same colors.
Uh huh.
Um, so yeah, I understand what you mean. You kind of get to a point where you're like, do I need this? Am I going to wear it?
Yeah. Well,
You know,
I'm gonna wear them. I mean, I want that James Cameron too, right? But man,
right,
boy, I can't
right,
have. Boy, it's just getting too many. It is getting
right.
too many. There's too many things you like and enjoy it. You enjoy it too much. I guess it's a good thing, but at some point, gosh, enough is enough. These aren't that. They're not cheap toys. But
I I would probably keep the James Cameron over the Batgirl if it fit me. If it wasn't just a little bit too big, and
mm,
that's a weird saying because the Sea Dweller fits me perfectly.
but it's
Um,
as
it's
thick as a. I mean,
it's
that thing is
thicker. It's
thick.
yeah. You seen what it made the Tudor look like. I mean, so yeah, so yeah. That's the problem with me with that is that it's just not you know. So yeah, that's my thing is, um, and then the Sea Dweller is just maybe something that's am I gonna ever pick that over the Hulk or you know what I mean? So
Right.
so yeah, I'm there with you. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's,
and because
it's crazy.
as I say this, I have watches coming. I mean, I've got a yellow OP41 that's coming. I've got an Omega Snoopy that's fully paid for, and an FP Journe that Boy, that's gonna make me fork out some dough here soon. Holy smokes!
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be.
That's like buying another 911.
Yeah, it's but that. What do you think? That's like 6 months away, or
Yeah, it's getting closer, isn't it?
it's getting, it was 8 months
Thanks for the
away.
reminder.
It was 8 months away, but yeah, so it's
Yeah, I could keep
it's.
saying 8 months away, 9 months away, but every month it gets 1 month sooner, and I have to get my funds ready. Holy
I
smokes!
think the
A little
real
scary.
big I think the real big benefit of that is you get to see what happens over the wintertime here over the election and how things recover and so I think that's a good. I've got a couple of deposits that I'm happy that I can get my deposits back if things go downhill,
Mm.
or something like that. So um, yeah, we'll see what happens. I got the Snoopy deposit, and I know you do too. And so, or did you wind up doing that? I can't remember.
The Snoopy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's fully paid,
Yeah,
$10,500.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, the thing that concerns me is the place that did mine. They only took a $2,000 deposit.
Uh huh.
So, and everybody else has told me they've had to pay full price. So,
I didn't even know. I mean, he said I need your credit card for a deposit, and I gave him my credit card, and then when I got my American Express statement, it said, the full whole thing was charged. So I
right.
said, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I'm excited to get that watch though. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be I'm very excited to have that Omega in my collection, and that's gonna be what's my score gonna be? Rolex 7, Omega 2, Patek 1. That's gonna be my scoreboard.
And man, Omega, I was in the Omega boutique there and in Las Vegas, and Omega really has some heavy hitters that are really nice. I mean, they've got some rose gold pieces that I really like, and
Yeah, unlike
I
other
was
watch
really.
houses, they've got stuff in the store.
Yeah, they've actually got stuff in the store that you can try on, and I mean, they're really nice pieces. I'm sure you can make deals with them, and stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, I definitely, if I can get this Snoopy, then then Omega might be somewhere that I might venture to. I mean, but when you're in Vegas, Breguet was there. Breguet had these new what's their big Marines. Their new
Breguet, uh huh. Yeah,
Breguet
yeah.
had the
Oh, you
new
went.
big.
You checked out Breguet there.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah. We
store's
went.
amazing, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, they had the big Marine sitting right, the blue one, the steel one. They had that sitting right in the window, and I mean, those are very, very tempting. So it's very hard not to go in there and just but you just know what you're losing. You know how much you're going to lose. So
Your shirt, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So but yeah, I mean, Vegas is just it's a place where you can go and see any type of nice watch that you want to see. So,
I
and
think
actually,
Breguet is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I went into Richard Mill, and
Oh, tell us, tell us.
yeah, Richard Mill had that the manager of the Richard Mill is the manager of the AP. So the stores are right across from each other in the mall. And so I walked in the AP. I talked to the one guy for a minute. They had some Code 11s and nothing really too interesting. Um, and then I walked over to Richard Mill, and the manager was more than happy to. He brought us over to this virtual book, and he showed us every single piece right now. It's real hot, and you know they're uh, they're growing on me a little bit. They're starting to grow on me a little bit, but
Was he showing you any of the? Well, you probably don't know the RM market as far as when he was showing you watches, whether these are in the money or not, right?
no, they
And
was all
he
over.
wasn't going to tell you, was he?
Yeah, they was all over 100 grand easy. So, but I do believe. So the next day I come back and I was wearing my jumbo. That night I was wearing my Sky Dweller, and they wasn't impressed by that at all. But the next day when I come back and I had my jumbo on, they actually brought out a brick for me to try on. They said it was already sold. They were just waiting on the final part of the money, but they unwrapped it. They took the blue sticker off of it, and they let me try it on. And they was super super nice the next day. Once they seen that I had an AP, and I told them I had a couple others, and
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I felt like Richard Mill was trying to gain some customers. I felt like they was making an effort, and both stores was pretty full. AP was only full for a minute because people would walk in and they'd walk out, but
They
everybody
took
was,
they took their
yeah,
shirt off on the second date when you flexed the AP.
right, exactly, yeah, they definitely did do that, yeah, and but yeah, he showed me all the stuff that's coming, and I feel like I could have bought a Richard. I feel like if I would have looked at him and said, "Hey, bro, you got," when I brought the jumbo back in, I feel like I could have bought something. They had a bunch of watches, a bunch of their round watches.
No, no, no,
And
no.
yeah, no, I know that it's the other the,
You
but
you know you need to know what you're looking at, because the unfortunate thing is you might have been shown a watch that might be worth 75 grand more secondary, not have even known it. That's the thing,
right,
because we don't
right,
ever talk about that brand, but a lot of
right.
them are that way.
A lot of them. What is it? The Torno shape? Do they call it?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but the
Ton
round ones that he had in there was the size of a steering wheel. Some of them. So I mean, they was just right away. I just walked past them. I didn't even. They had some neat colors in them and stuff. But if I can't put something on my wrist, I'm not interested. So I said, "Do you got any of the Torno shapes?" And he brought me over to the book and he showed me. I feel like though, if I would have looked and said, "Hey, I'm ready to buy," I feel like he might have brought something out from the back room. And like you said, I just don't know enough to, I'd have to do my homework on that stuff. So, but they was cool. They was
Yeah.
nicer than a couple of the Rolex stores. I ain't
Might as
gonna
well
lie.
play with it and at least look at them, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Enjoy yourself, and I finally got my wife into it, so she was walking around with me, and she was enjoying looking at them, and she really enjoyed the dress pieces with the leather straps. She really liked the paddock dress pieces. Um, Vacheron had a couple of pieces that she really thought was nice looking for men, and yeah, so it was interesting to get her take on it as well.
What did she like? What did she like when she saw the watches you were looking at?
Um, oh, she loved the what's the Vacheron? The driving Vacheron, which I like too. The one that's got the 12 tilted on the steering wheel. Um,
Yeah, I
what
forgot
is
what they
that
call
called?
that.
Is that the Harmony or
Historique, maybe.
Historique? Maybe. Yeah, one of the guys in the chat here will probably know. But she loved that watch. I mean, so she was, and she was into that. She would have let me buy that for myself, and I didn't even look at the price of it because I know it was high dollar. I know it's high dollar secondhand. So so yeah, it was pretty
They're not bad
interesting.
secondhand. I think secondhand they're probably about 26. I think.
Which would mean they're what, like
For
49 or
yeah,
50? Yeah.
definitely over 35, 40. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. So I'm not going to lose my shirt on one of them just to get the boutique experience. So, but Ron the Shrink saying, don't fall for the RM trap. The next step for a guy like you, vintage Rolex or high. Yeah. I mean, it was just interesting, Ron, and to actually have them and the manager being nice and showing you this stuff because a lot of the Rolex stores, they're losing sight of that. So, they was I had my dealers call Vegas and they called a couple of dealers and said, "Hey, we got a customer coming in." And they was nice. They was very nice, but I mean there was no special treatment.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Yeah, I mean,
So,
seeing how I wonder if I wonder if I was telling my AD that I want a new piece, a new piece, a new piece, if I would have had a shot at looking at a bunch of pieces like you did, you know? But I insisted I was not interested in any new pieces other than the OP41, which they're just going to order for me. But they didn't get it for me right away. So, you know, I guess
Well, I
I feel second tier VIP at this point.
Well, and that's what I think Rolex does. That honestly, Richard Mill and AP wasn't doing. I mean, AP wasn't showing me nothing, but they was very nice. They was very cordial. Rolex just kind of that some of the dealers just kind of look at you and they kind of size you up, and it's like you feel like they're just trying to figure out what they can. One lady pulled me over and she kept pulling me to the presidents with the gold dials and stuff and the gold. Um,
Right.
um, all the baguettes and everything. And I was like, no, I'm not interested. So,
You don't have a president anymore at all, do you?
no, I don't. But I mean, what they've shot up to now, I probably won't get one for a while. So, um, unless
You weren't when you did have it though. You weren't wearing it really, were you?
no, not really. It was the white gold and it was the olive dial, and I don't know. It's for some reason, and I love green. It just didn't. It wasn't the green. It wasn't the green for me. So.
You seem more
Uh,
like the sports Rolex guy.
yeah. And maybe the rose gold with the green dial. It definitely pops a little more of the green on there. So but yeah, no, I haven't really even looked at the presidents. And like I said, them stores had guys in the back buying them things left and right. I mean, pretty. And that makes you feel good because you feel like, hey, the economy's good. These guys are buying stuff left and right. So, um,
Yeah, I'm not sure how to read that. It's complicated, crazy world we live in.
yeah, kind of hard. Vintage does appeal to me, but
I think vintage limits his marketability. Bud likes to get in watches, enjoy them for a while, and move on to the next watch. And if he gets into vintage, um, it's not going to be as easy to flip those.
and who do you trust on those? It's just so
Right.
hard for me. It's so hard to trust the vintage
Right.
market and stuff. So I just
I think if maybe getting one might make sense, like one vintage Pepsi or something vintage that might appeal to you with the patina.
right,
Like for me, the Rolex 1016.
right.
I didn't go in too deep on that with what I spent on it and all that. So I'm done. I got a vintage Omega, vintage Explorer. I'm done. I don't need any more vintage. The Universal Genève, I got a little too much vintage now. So.
And I think I missed my window last year. You could get them Pepsis,
Mm-hmm.
with paperwork for $9,000, and them older Pepsis, and now they've kind of went up to 12, 13, and yeah, I just feel like if I'm going to put that kind of money into something, I can put it towards something new that's.
You know what? You don't have a sub, and that's something you could always kind of think about or look at. If a patina
Yeah,
1980s sub
yeah.
looks, those aren't too much in price. I think they're still
Have,
under 10,000 maybe.
are they? Yeah.
I think so. So you can still get something. It might appeal to you. I don't know how.
Yeah, I might talk to the. What I'd like to buy it is off the AD that I deal with. If something comes in from another customer, they take it in trade or something like that. That would be because then you get the warranty, and so that's. But I don't know as much about you
Yeah.
and Clyde when it comes to that stuff. So I just, yeah, I would. By the time I usually run it past you or run it past somebody, it's usually gone, or it's So you really got to know your stuff when it comes to that.
Yeah. Right.
But
Yeah, I like the 6263 as well. I wonder. I'm not so sure about the wearability of that. Like, is that something you can wear just all the time? I wouldn't think so.
and so what is
So
that? The 6263.
that's that Daytona that I like with the silver sunburst,
Oh yeah,
or it might
yeah,
might have the black dial, but
yeah. I love that silver. Yeah, and we've seen a couple of them, right? Is that I
yeah,
really
for
like.
about what 50 to 70,000, I think.
Well, what about the one that's on EWC that's like got the orange on it? It's the silver dial with the orange Daytona. It says
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's
Well,
like
but yeah,
20.
but this is You're right. But that's
This
probably still up
predates.
there, huh?
It's probably still up there. Yeah, it doesn't have a bracelet, so I think that's why they.
Yeah.
Exactly, Aunt G. Exactly, and my wife has a car that I could that we usually take to dinner and stuff. But yeah, I prefer the lifestyle that I live.
When I took the family trunk or treating, there was a little thing that we paid for, and we got to register and drive up in a chain of cars, and there was, like a dozen different stations for us to stop at, and the kids got toys and treats, like trick or treating from the car, and we did it all in the Porsche with the top down, and they got all dressed up and hopped in the back. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, that sounded good. Yeah.
Here's what they've got. There's my sub date, 116610, 11750. All right, that's great pricing, man.
And
Great pricing.
Yeah, it's a little small on my screen. How much is that?
11,750.
Yeah, and that's a 14.
2014. Yeah, I think mine was a 2014. I think.
And I've seen them. I've seen them higher too. I've seen them at 14.
Air King for 8,200.
Air King's enjoyed about a $1,500 up price.
The Pepsi for 19,000. That seems like that went up, no?
It's
19?
been bouncing around right around there. Yeah. I think everything's just up a little bit right now. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of stuff drop right here the last couple weeks before the election.
There's a Breguet limited edition flyback. That's a little too much watch. 19,000. But that's probably a steal compared to what you saw at the boutique. 19,000 for this solid gold unworn watch. I gotta be honest, the Breguet, at least these ones here, they kind of do nothing for me. I need to just go look at them in person again. Out of curiosity. Is that the new OP? Yeah, it is. You can tell with the double claw, right? On hold. Or no, is that the old model? Yeah, that's the older model. Oh, what happened to Bud? We lost him? There you are.
Yep, sorry.
So that's the older model. How many millimeters is the older? 36. The 36 is going for $6,000. So the 36 is going for as much as the new one, the new 41 goes retail.
That's a Oyster Perpetual.
Yeah, the 36 millimeter for
Gotcha.
$59.50. Dated 2019.
What color is that?
Silver?
Silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
Milgauss for 9,400. There's a Sea Dweller for 15.5. Old Batman for 14.9.
Right.
My back's starting to go out on me, bro. So a couple more minutes, all right?
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a 14 Batman. So it seems like the newer the Batmans, the more money they are.
Yeah, 2017 for 15.9. Yeah, there you go. Right,
And
3 year newer,
yeah.
1,000 more.
And that one's on hold. The newer one.
They paid for the extra warranty, $1,000. Right?
Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Right. Because this guy's getting 2 year more on the warranty.
Right. He's paying for the extra warranty. Yep.
And this one's out of warranty.
Which, like you said, if they're in good shape, then that warranty don't make a big difference with Rolex.
What's this one?
It's unworn ceramic.
2020. The old model.
Yeah.
That's not bad. 13.9.
Now, if you're into the, if you're not interested in getting the newer one, that's a good.
Unworn with papers from 2020.
Yeah.
Boy, that's still,
Yeah, it's still $4,000 more. Yeah.
And there's a sub. Last year's sub. 11.9. That's doable.
Is that? I was gonna say, is that papers and everything?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a 19.
Yeah, I mean, so what are you paying? A couple of $1,000 more, right?
Right, premium to get the watch. Yep. Yeah, if you're not buying a whole lot of watches and stuff, that's a good. You're looking
That's a good
just
point.
Yep. If you're looking just to get one and get out and just have a one and done for a while, that's a good price.
They have a lot of subs.
Subs are the thing.
10,009 for this one. What is that? There you go. Look at that. Dated 2018. That's not bad at all.
Nope.
10,900 for last year's sub. Surprised that one's not on hold already. And there's the Hulk at, what do they want for that? 18,900.
Yeah, I seen one guy had 3 or 4 Hulks and he was at like 20 for every one of them, and I don't know if that's, they just figure that they can hang on to them and sell them, or if they're selling them for less or what.
They want 17.5 for this one, 20 for this one, 19 for this one.
Yeah. Oh, that's an artesian. Yeah.
Those are always pretty.
They're nice, but have you seen like the really busted out ones, the skeleton ones that are 120 grand? I think that's just the most overpriced watch on the market.
22.5 for this one. They got it skeletonized.
On the back of it, yeah. They've got the one that's skeletonized in the front, and they got it in rose gold and I think white gold. And 120 grand they want for them. Aunt G said they're flooding the market with Rolex nowadays.
There's a 50 fathoms.
Yeah, that was on hold. I seen that the other day. It's yeah. Yeah, I think if somebody's looking to buy right now, it might be a hot time to keep an eye on these, like that white AP and stuff. I think you're going to see things drop down a little bit before the election.
Yeah, how much do they want for this? What is this? Why do they want 50 grand for this?
Because
it's a jumbo.
It's a
Wow.
jumbo. Yeah.
I don't ever hardly ever see a white jumbo.
Nope. It's a full set.
Wow.
I think that's like a 1999 or something.
2008.
2008? No, there you go.
And it's still 50 grand. Wow. That's more than the blue dial, isn't it?
I think it's right at the same price. Yeah.
Wow. That's expensive for a 12-year-old watch.
That's expensive, yeah, because you can, for 10 grand more, you can get a gold 15202. That must be pretty in demand for the AP collectors.
Yeah.
The 321 Speedy, from what I hear, is a couple of years out from arriving.
Aren't people getting them already?
Is there people getting them?
I thought so. I thought people were getting them. I'm not 100% though. I know if you order one now, it'll take that long to get one, a couple of years to get one.
That's the one thing I didn't have time to do, was go into that Omega and really try and. I feel like you could go into them big shops, like them big boutiques in Vegas, and I feel like a 321 or a Snoopy or something like that. I think you could talk to them and tell them you're a new Omega customer, and I feel like I could have probably got one of them at least, or got one sooner.
They seem friendlier, at least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very friendly, and Vacheron brought out a blue dial overseas for me that was in the back. You know, so I definitely think
Yeah,
that's they've definitely got all of the models in the back. It's just a matter of who they want to sell them to.
yeah. Hey, what's up, Fries with Mayo? Hey, this might be a good place to stop it, bud. You know what?
Okay.
Don't
Yep.
bail. Hang out backstage, so I can say goodbye to you backstage for a couple of minutes.
Okay. All
All
right,
right.
guys
But
in the chat.
yeah,
Good seeing you guys again. Talking to you.
yeah. It's been at least a week since we did this. So man, I just been my back's been pretty bad. So I'll probably do a little less of these, but we'll try to do one a week. We'll try to do one a week. All right, guys. Thank you for joining, and it was good talking to y'all and
Have a
talking
good
about
day,
watches.
guys. Stay
Peace out.
warm.
Yeah,
All
yeah. Have
right.
a great week.
Yep.
Start off your week right. It's Monday. All right. See you guys.
Bye.